I can remember that time in my youth, strolling down this road in a languid sort of way. My greatest concern, a maddening shoelace that never stayed tied. And so it was here, right here, just where I stand. We knew this theatre well. We also knew the enemy were pinpointing this great city, but had little understanding of how indiscriminate the Zeppelins were, fueled on distant launch pads in great tonnage of steel. October 1915. They came at night. Our finely honed ears waited with patient expectation. Would it be us, our neighbor, our family or friends? Should we scatter or huddle, run or hide? The boy across the street, would he live to be a man? Would the mother out shopping get to feed her family? The man staring intently, would he ever know the end was upon him? Indeed, where to run? We might have been running away from or to our deaths. Nor could we see the bombs until too late. Some swore they could predict where they'd land. Others simply prayed to God. Whatever. We all knew that staying low increased the chances of survival. Yet, across the English Channel, young British men were advancing on enemy lines, ending their short lives upon barbed wire and minefields. They could at least see and hear their enemy. Ours were invisible and silent, omnipresent, hovering above our beds as we slept, and moving through the clouds as we went about our daily lives. Childhood recollections are often fanciful, twisted and disjointed over time. And so it may have been that the hundreds were really dozens, that the calamitous explosions were but pops in the distance. But one thing is for sure. I shall never forget the silence as those engines cut, as if time had been sliced in two. And in that void, there was nothingness, no thought or sound, with no expectation of a future and zero recollection of the past. In the end, we began to fear the silence more than the blast itself. A presentiment of doom hung over us all. It all happened so quickly. The rush of superheated air pummeled me to the ground, knocking the breath from my lungs. I struggled, I gasped, and in that short space of time, feared for those I'd never see again. My mother and sister. Father, who had returned from war to a grieving house. A newly painted bike I'd never ride again. So many irrational thoughts skipped through my mind until the jolt brought me back. That jolt of agonizing pain and a realization that my young body wasn't responding as usual. I began to taste the flavor of destruction. It is futile and gritty. Sticks to the back of your throat, causing a person to spontaneously convulse. Struggling to my feet, I wrestled to fix myself to the spot. And that's when I noticed the clearing. Walls were simply gone. Roofs vanished and people erased. Where there had been an automobile was now a tin can. Where a shop, now a collection of bricks. And where a person, even worse. I cannot dwell on the sights I saw that day, but it was hellish to the point of insanity. Until you have witnessed the same, please do not judge a man. For the nightmares will stay with you and consume you until the end. After the dust had cleared, there remained only the silence. A stillness as I've never felt since. I heard the blood coursing through my veins, heard the cricking of my neck. But other than that, nothing. It was not simply an absence of sound, but a veil of suppression upon any sound made.